play one of the six guys, but he comes in. Tell us how we first see you and what's going on.
Sure. So the character I play, Jack Silva, is a CIA contractor at the time of this movie, which means at the time he basically is hired security from the CIA to protect their CIA agents. So as they go out in the field and gather information, he's there to protect them if anything goes wrong. And he comes to this particular area in Benghazi at the request of his friend, Tyrone. And so he comes into Benghazi, and I think the movie basically is through his eyes. As he comes into the country, we come into the country and get have the experience of what he goes through. And what he goes through is bonding with these six guys as a unit of, like I said, CIA contractors that on one particular night turns into be much, much more.
Now, this situation there was completely chaotic. Mm-hmm. How there were supposed to be some friendlies and some non-friendlies. How did these guys know the difference?
They didn't. And that was one of the most terrifying things, I think, to learn for us, and certainly to talk to the real guys about, because even when you read it in a book or you see it in the movie, you don't, I think the movie obviously gives you a much better handle on it than the book, but even your imagination can't really understand what it would be like to walk through a crowd of hundreds of people and not know who was there to kill you and who was there to support you. And so that was one of the many things, like you said, it was a very chaotic night, and so much was going wrong so often that they were just basically living through this horrible experience and adapting with changing information every second. And so, you know, I think that we can all understand, we think we understand what it means to support troops and understand what they go through and the courage that it takes to do what they do. This movie, to me, gave me a whole new emotional angle to what I thought I understood. And now I have such a much higher admiration for the troops and what they do and lay their lives on the line every day for us.
Now, this story has been totally politicized in the meantime.
Yep.
And we have an election year coming up.
Yes.
And we've got quite a little football here, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I think that any movie can be seen politically if that's what you want to see it as. But that certainly wasn't our intention, and I think at the end of the day, this movie, the interesting opportunity we have and what we got to explore was all the politics came after this moment. So we're telling the story of this moment before any of the politics existed. In fact, so much so that the guys who wrote the book, their prologue was they fully understand how political the situation has gotten. But that's not what this story is about. What they wanted to tell was the actual account of what they went through, the seconds, minutes, and hours of what they went through that night. And I think that it's interesting because I thought I knew everything there was to know about Benghazi. I read the news and I watch the news. And then you realize that the true story has been completely overshadowed by the politics, which is, this is one of the most heroic stories you're going to hear of in recent history. And certainly something that I think we all should be celebrating. I know there's a lot of superhero movies out there, but I was really proud to be a part of one that talked about the real heroes.
And how closely did this screenplay adhere to the book?
Very, very closely. I think that was always our intention. I give a lot of credit to Michael Bay. From day one, he wanted to get it right. And he set that tone with all of us, that there would be no, movie making or, movie, whatever, liberties taken, that he wanted to get it as close to the truth as possible. Certainly it is a movie, so it has to remain entertaining. But the facts, and he also understood that, yes, the story is built to be a very appealing action movie, but that no one would care about the movie if they didn't believe in these guys and understand what they were going through. And that is the real reason why we made the movie, are these six guys and what they did that night and the heroism that it takes that I don't think many of us have. Many of us don't have that courage and that heroism, so we have to celebrate the guys who do.